Kia ora, good morning. Welcome to the Jelly Park Recreation and Sports Centre, Burnside in Christchurch. It is finals day of the New Zealand 18 and under National Championship. My name is Nigel Yolden. Alongside me he is the High Performance Manager for Water Polo, for New Zealand Water Polo, whose name is Kurt Goldsworthy. And Kurt, we're about to watch the bronze medal match in the 18 and under women. It'll be a game between Marist Red and Canterbury. Before we get into it, though, just give us your overall assessment of what we've seen. The fact that we've got national tournaments up and going, which is great given these times that we are currently living in. As the high performance manager for this sport in this country, are you pleased with the standard that you've seen in action here over the last few days?
Well, firstly, I'm very pleased we're back in the water actually playing. That's the step number one. With the Auckland lockdown, some of the Auckland teams have been a little bit disadvantaged. But they've still fought as hard as they can. The standard, there are some amazing athletes here. It's been very entertaining, and for such a long and disjointed year, I'm pretty happy with the bulk of the athletes.
How hard is it for these teams? You talk about their limited build-up preparation because of the restrictions, particularly up in Auckland. How much of a disadvantage has it been? Because you would suspect, given the fact that squads are generally 13 athletes, we know what the limitations in size have been. How hard is it to get the continuity, the consistency that coaches desire heading into a national championship like we're going to be viewing it over the course of the next 4 and a bit hours?
Oh, extremely difficult. Athletes haven't come together as a team or as a unit. They start to lose a little bit of motivation as well, and plenty of the athlete fitness is certainly not where the coaches would expect it to be at this time.
Well, let's run through the two teams who will be competing for the bronze medal in the women's division. And there you see the hosts, Canterbury. They have got Josie Persico and also Aggie Weston. Now, they'll be in caps 1 and 13. They are the designated goalkeepers. The rest of the athletes you can see there, Gemma Burrows, Emma Bone, Piper Spencer, sadly is out of the game today, but obviously still listed, still part of the squad and having played a impactful role thus far. Emma McClure, Eve Weston, Ella Fraser, Billy Rose Dunlop there in cap number 8, Georgia Reid, Lucy Hamilton. A little bit of a change in the cap there. It's going to be Molly Southcombe in cap number 11, and it'll be Aggie Weston in number 13. Tamsin Mills, the other member of the squad, which is coached by Fraser Bickley. And their opponents that they will be going up against is Marist Red. They will be, though, clad in blue, which is the traditional white and the blue, which is the distinguishing caps that they use in water polo. So they have got their goalkeepers of Chelsea Oliver and Lucy Jestro. And then you can also see the remainder of their squad. Tessa Birch, Sian Poynton, Rachel Dean, the Kite sisters, Abby and Jess. No one wearing number 6, so one player down. Ella McEwen, Lexi McCormish, Alana Chen, Georgia Bull, Holly Roberts, and as I said, Jess Kite as well. In terms of the female side of this particular competition at the 18 and under nationals, has it gone to form, given what you were talking before about the fact that maybe some of the Auckland teams have had that slight disadvantage?
Auckland and the girls has dominated, hence we do have 2 Auckland teams in the final. And in this match, it's just great to see Canterbury coming back, especially at home. Aggie Weston will be playing in the field in 13. And she's in an outstanding form, as is her sister Eve. They're very long, lanky, quality athletes, and they'll be well supported with Josie Persico in the goal. Look out for, in the Marist team, Chelsea Oliver's an outstanding goalkeeper. Abby Kite, number 5, left-handed, very strong as well. Holly Roberts is really busy. Should be an entertaining game.
So this is for the bronze medal. The final, which will be coming up a little bit later on, will be between the Atlanta City Tridents and North Harbour Maroon on the female side. On the men's side of the draw, the game that you will see getting underway at the conclusion of this one, that'll be the bronze medal match between North Harbour Maroon and Marist Red. The final, which will be our last game that you will see today on Sky Sport Next, Canterbury versus Tauranga. Is that a little bit against the form book, given what we talk about when... I guess to an outside observer like myself, this is my first opportunity to really get deeply involved in this wonderful sport, which is water polo. Long-time observer and admirer of this particular sport. But the power bases always seem to be in Auckland, so to have Tauranga and Canterbury in the men's final, is that one a little bit against the form book?
Canterbury getting into the final is a little bit, but they've only had the one defeat early on against North Harbour. And they have been vast improvers, the biggest improvers by far of any team throughout the tournament, and they're big, strong boys. So it's great to see Canterbury there. Tauranga, not so much of a surprise there. Louis Schuler, outstanding athlete, went to World Juniors last year, 2019. So Tauranga, yeah, no, that's a form side, and they had to get past North Harbour last night, and that was an exceptionally good game, very tight, 1-goal game.
So Kurt Goldsworthy, who is the high performance manager for New Zealand Water Polo, he'll be providing the expert analysis. My name is Nigel Yolden. So glad to be with you on what promises to be an exciting day of water polo. And I will say straight away, as I said just when I was talking to Kurt there, I'm a great admirer of the sport. Been lucky enough to cover a few Olympic Games for Radio Sport. And one of the sports that there were two sports that we really enjoyed watching when we had a little bit of downtime. One was handball. Peter John Montgomery got us onto that one. The other one was always the water polo. We were always drawn to it. And maybe it is that historical element. I mean, there's not too many sports people who don't know about the game in 1956 and the historical relevance of it. But it was always something that was drawn to us and captivated us because it strikes us as sports observers, not with the intimate knowledge like you, Kurt Goldsworthy, that if New Zealanders really wanted to get into water polo, it's physical, it takes strength, it's got great skills. It just seems to suit everything that New Zealand athletes would enjoy about competitive competition.
Oh, absolutely. It's internationally, it's a big person game. In New Zealand, our big people are drawn into our rugby league. And a lot of other nations don't have those big people sports.
But when you look at, I guess, probably one of our most recent water polo exports, probably the most well-known, Joseph Kays,
yes.
Who of course plays for Australia, but very distinctive with the lovely tamako down the right arm. I mean, that's the kind of athlete who, gee, I know if you could get a hold of a bucket load of them, you'd be a very happy camper, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. We had Joe Kays in our New Zealand junior team years and years ago before he moved over to Hungary. He spent plenty of time in Hungary. And he's made a profession out of playing water polo. Now plays for Pro Rico in Italy. An outstanding athlete.
Okay, to those people who maybe are tuning in for the first time, and hopefully you have tuned in to join us here on Sky Sport Next, just give us the basic summation of how you would describe water polo to the average layperson so that they maybe can get a quick understanding of how the sport goes.
Well, there's only a few components to the game. There's a structured offence, 6-on-6 offence, normally set up in an umbrella type situation around a centre forward. The centre forward's the go-to player. That's where the action's at. You work for a man up, and then you get a good advantage.
So we're underway here, and the swim-off has been won by Marist. And even though it's a Marist red team, they will be distinguishable by the blue caps. And 30-second shot clock in operation. 6-minute quarters as well. Now that does differ to maybe what you've seen at the likes of Olympic Games or World Championships. 6-minute quarters. This is the under 18 and under national championships. And so the first opportunity with ball in hand for Marist. Our referees for the game today, James Catlin and Jim Flershinger. And the ball has been turned over, and now Canterbury, the home side, with their first opportunity. So in terms of the attacking structure, how do teams generally like to try and attack? Do they like to work down a certain side? Is it ball movement again? Just maybe a little bit of detail around that.
They'll run their counter-attack if they can and then get set up into a structured offence, much like basketball. If you can score a quick one, you take it. Otherwise, you come down, work the shot clock, try and play to the centre forward where the action is, and that's where predominantly the exclusions come from. Working hard at centre forward here.
Where there is an exclusion,
it's an offensive.
An offensive foul. Now, there are different levels of fouls as well. If you get 3 major fouls, and I guess this is where there's the comparison with basketball, 3 major fouls, you're out of the pool.
Yep.
Permanently.
Yep.
There's our first goal as well.
Good counter-attack.
That's a good goal and a good start for the home side who take an early advantage.
Tamsin Mills down the left side.
And so now an opportunity for Marist to get their hands on the ball. Time has been called off. And we begin once again. I'm going to use the one hand in water polo. You hear lots of whistle early on from our referees. As ball comes back to the top to Birch.
First man up opportunity to Marist.
So the exclusion. So this is a 6-on-5 situation. Working back to the top. Once again, Birch goes for the shot. Oh, it's a good save by Persico. And again looking to counter quickly.
Nice pass.
Rise ball right out in front. Here's a good chance for Weston. There's the second goal from Sister Eve.
Yeah, Chelsea Oliver did very well coming out of the goal to initially shut it down. Couldn't retrieve the ball.
So you'll see the clock stopping on quite a regular basis. As we say, 6-minute quarters, 4 of them. In the event of a tie at the end of these medal games, we will go to a straight penalty shootout, a la football. Again, see, it's already plenty of whistle. Trying to get that ball into centre forward. There's a good strike back.
Holly Roberts.
So the key position in terms of water polo, are you looking at the likes of a centre forward, or is it more your left-right drivers, as I believe they refer to them as?
It's everything. If you've got a dominant centre forward, you can force the other team to play zone defences that give you other options in attack. So you still need to be strong in the other areas.
Here is Aggie Weston on the ball, as you heard Kurt saying before. And though wearing 13, which is primarily a goalkeeper's cap, she is playing in the, what do you call, outfield,
in the field.
Infield, there we go.
Another exclusion. Man up, quick chance.
Another goal just like that. That was Georgia Reid. So an exclusion means that the swimmer will go to the corner and they stand down for 20 seconds?
Correct.
Righty-ho.
Correct. 20 seconds of game time.
So 3-1. This is a really good early advantage to Canterbury. But what we've already seen in the non-televised game that we've had this morning is, you know, you get off to a good start doesn't necessarily translate to you're just going to run away with it. I think Waikato in the previous game at one point were down as much as 5 goals, and they came back to make that just a one goal game right at the end of it.
Abby Kite.
Looking to work away to that left-hand side. Here's an opportunity.
Good one.
Up and rattles the top. And now away come Canterbury through Eve Weston. Goes back to Persico and looks to try and get it down the pool. Outlet pass working towards this right-hand side. That's Tamsin Mills in cap number 12, being marked by Rachel Denny.
There's a stop. There's an error at the table. And the stop clock has been reset. So the referees will just take the ball out, run the clock back down to where they think it should be.
That's Jim Flershinger right there with the ball. And we're away again. That's McClure in 5. See, trying to cut across. Oh, just wide.
Aggie Weston with a wide shot.
Just shook her marker very nicely coming in from that left-hand side.
She's very strong, very quick. She's so long.
Strength that is required for this game. Bit of a reverse flick shot, but nicely in position was Persico to block that. Looking for the outlet. Weston, so Aggie in 13, and it's even 6. That one there is just high over the top. Couple of minutes to go in this first quarter. Canterbury with a nice early advantage. Just a bone there with the attack on Abby Kite.
Well, lots of hard work in the centre.
Kite again with the ball. This is Abby. Also got sister combination on the Marist side with Jess Kite. She'll be wearing cap number 12. As everyone turns, working their way back, and they attack down the right-hand side.
They do have a counter
Georgia
chance.
Reid. Yeah, that's the shot clock you can see in the background there, counting down. So 11 seconds left.
Offensive foul. Double whistle is an offensive foul.
To work back. Our other official's having himself a busy old day. He's already refereed one game, James Catlin. You'll see the back of his head during the first stanza of this game with the longish blonde hair. He's got to do some coaching later on as well. And also a national squad member. Kurt, am I correct there?
Yes, you are. James also played at the World Juniors in Kuwait in 2019.
Multiple blasts on the whistle there. Straight in. That's nice. Direct route down the middle.
Nice and fast.
It's another goal to Abby Weston. This is a nice little advantage with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. This will please Fraser Bickley, who's the coach of Canterbury. Lionel Randall, the coach of the Marist side. Assistant head coach of the
New Zealand
men's team.
Yeah. And the junior coach of that team that went to Kuwait. Interestingly, Fraser Bickley used to coach in the national program, 2007, 2009.
Looking away, shot, good save. Persico. Very sharp. That shot coming in hot to her right-hand corner post, tipping it over the cage.
Oh, exclusion there.
So 20 seconds, and I think that might have been Aggie Weston, who's been excluded.
Now Emma Bone.
There we are, heading to the corner. Go back to the top.
They'll want this. It's wide.
It's wide, and a bit of a squandered opportunity as we count down here in the first quarter, just bombing it up for someone to go get.
It's the end of the quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter. 4-1. So a very good start by Canterbury, who have the advantage at the moment. All right, Kurt Goldsworthy, you are Lionel Randall, coach of Marist. You've had the chance to have a look. What are the adjustments that you're looking to try and make, or is it just be execute a little bit better what we're trying to achieve?
Well, they've had the 2-6-5 chances, and they struggled there. So they need to correct their 6-5. They need to work a little bit harder on getting rewarded for a 6-5.
What is the key then to making advantage? Is it as simple as ball movement, given that you've got the one player advantage?
Yeah, and rotating into the space, working as a collective unit, all moving together, and looking for the quick options, just as Canterbury did on the last 6-5, scoring very quickly. And I think Lionel needs to get a stronger 6-on-6 offense. Their centre forward is not creating enough problems for Aggie Weston, in particular at centre back.
You see a very animated Fraser Bickley there. Lionel Randall, a little bit more conservative, less expressive. So still to come today, as I said, the final of the women's will be between Atlantis City Tridents and North Harbour Maroon, and the Atlantis side featuring one of the real young stars of New Zealand water polo in Morgan McDowell, who strikes as a quite extraordinary talent to, again, a person really who has just been a very casual observer, but that young lady seems to have a lot of really good traits to be a great water polo player.
She's an exceptional athlete at World Senior Championships, remembering that she's still only 18. She went to World Senior Champs in 2019 and was the 5th highest overall goal scorer. She is a one-man wrecking machine.
What makes her so good?
Big, strong, fast, great shot, very aggressive, especially on the offensive end. Strong legs.
So we go with our swim off to start the second quarter. Canterbury holding a nice advantage at the moment. Marist get there. And so they will get first use of the ball. The Cap 7 ball they're using as well in this National 18 and Under National Championship. So glad that you are with us on Sky Sport Next. 3 more games still to come after this. This is for the bronze medal in the women's 18 and under competition. The blue cap, Marist, and Canterbury in the white.
Marist have to stop these offensives. They're not holding possession long enough to generate exclusions.
There's Weston. He goes for the shot. That one, was it tipped over the top? Yes, it was. So
good block by Chelsea Oliver.
it means that the ball will be returned to Canterbury. If it had gone over the top and hadn't been touched by the goalkeeper, ball would have been turned over to Marist.
Oh, nice. Another offensive.
So now Marist with an opportunity. They do need to convert some of these chances. So down by 3 goals, so definitely not out of it, as we've seen already in the games today, and I'm sure we've seen over the course of this tournament. Looking for that, trying to get that ball in front of goal. Marist again. It's Sian Poynton in cap number 3. Contacting. You know, the physical nature of this particular game.
Great defence there by Eve Weston at the centre back. Nagy Weston on the ball.
Work their way down this right-hand side.
Exclusion there.
And so this is now a 6-on-5 situation for Canterbury. At the top to Eve Weston. Powers that one in. And the advantage stretched again.
Yeah, nice shot by Eve. Bounce shot, no goalie, especially the female goalkeepers enjoy the bounce shot.
So there's a bit of a hole now for Marist. Coaches are allowed how many timeouts per game?
2 timeouts. You get about 45 seconds with your team. There's the first. The reason that Lionel would have blown this is to try to stop the momentum himself.
So both teams will head away to their respective coaches. And that is Lionel Randall. Again, as you say, just using the timeout, taking a little bit of impetus, which at the moment Canterbury has absolutely got in spades. Kurt, you mentioned before about how great it is just to have the athletes back in the pool and having national championships, given the fact now that Auckland's going back into level 1 as well under the restrictions too. How much does this opens things up now, I guess, for New Zealand Water Polo to get things back on track? I know you've got a really great initiative coming up in over 4 weekends in November with the is it Premier League?
Yeah, we've got a Premier League, which is our top athletes, certainly the ones in our high performance program, and then supported by some others, including some developing athletes. 4 teams, both genders. And we may have to do more of that because we simply can't send teams overseas at the moment.
Yeah, had to make a very tough decision to take the ladies team out of the World Championships.
The Olympic Games qualifying.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very difficult decision, but it was really the only decision that we could make.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm sure, as there's a good save, another good save. I'm sure there's a lot of sports like New Zealand Water Polo who are in similar situations with regards to having to make these sort of decisions. As there's a miss by Weston. And that there would have made it very interesting if Canterbury can get up to 6-1. Canterbury just working so hard. Really stifling Marist at the moment. Irritating, one might say.
Yes, very much so.
And there's another turnover forced. Ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Canterbury, I'm sure, no doubt empowered by the fact that they've got so many friends and family. It's a great wee crowd here at the Jelly Park Recreation and Sports Centre.
Oh, nice move.
Chance open. Oh, good save, though. Really good save, Chelsea Oliver.
Excellent move by Georgia Reid at centre forward.
Oliver with the big outlet pass. And the shot clock in the background there. And a shot of some of our spectators. It's a nice tight venue, crowd right on top of poolside. As it's Marist looking, try and get a goal back, and they really do need a goal just to stem a little bit of the confidence and momentum that Canterbury's gained so far over the first quarter and a bit.
Good opportunity here. Man up.
This here is the area we've had opportunities before. Another good save, Persico. Well, there's another 5-on-6 opportunity that's been squandered by Marist. Good goalkeeping by Persico.
The shot wasn't as powerful as it should have been, or well directed.
Randall. You see Karma. Dave, the manager, was getting up to check something as Fraser Bickley wandered down. That's Lionel Randall. Very animated. Great socks. Like the shark socks, Lionel. Rate that highly.
He's from South Africa.
I'd say if that's reflected maybe the Natal region possibly.
Could well be.
Down Durban way.
Could well be.
They do like a shark down that area. So clock stop at the moment. This, as I say, is the first of 4 games that you'll be seeing today on Sky Sport Next. There's our umpire, or one of our referees I should say, Jim Flashinga, gets things back underway. And Josie Persico starts. Canterbury in the Whitecaps.
Good post up.
A high shot. So that ball comes back and it'll be for Marist.
No counter though. Canterbury got their numbers back.
The options. Going for a very audacious shot there from Tessa Birch.
And perhaps another counter at the other end.
Great pass from Persico. Burrows in cap number 2. Being defended by Tessa Birch. Over the top, looking to get that one in, coming out. Chelsea Oliver. Very good intervention. Eyes up, looking. The options goes towards that left-hand side. Plenty of whistle. Birch. That ball across to Kite. It's Abby Kite in number 5. Goes to the top. Shot clock running out. Going to have to get rid of something here. Over the top. Just got it off in time, but wide. And straight away, bombing long. That's a great pass.
Nice ball side drive by Georgia Reid.
Getting in. Holly Roberts trying to contest and getting the turnover as well. So just 75 seconds for Marist. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. See that just in the centre part of your screen, top side. Coming away to Kite. Abby with a miss. Guilty of a little lack of patience, rushing things to your field?
Definitely. Both last 2 possessions, one had a lead. And if you've got a lead on a drive, that's a good opportunity for exclusion.
Ball comes back.
Good block.
That's a very good block. And a chance here for Oliver again. Is there the counter? No. Once again, we see Canterbury getting numbers back. Going over to this right side to Abby Kite. Differential of 15 seconds on the shot clock to game clock. Now it's been turned over, and here's a chance for Canterbury to finish this half hard.
And they do have a 4-3. 4-on-3 advantage.
Western dumps it over the top. There's Reid.
Oh, great block.
That is really good goalkeeping. That tight one-on-one. Just 10 seconds to go. Oliver pushes forward.
Should probably take the last shot.
Just bombs away over the top. Second quarter ends, first half in the books. And it's Canterbury with the 5-1 advantage. What is it that Canterbury's doing better than Marist at the moment, Kurt?
They're getting up and down the pool a lot quicker than the other team. A little bit more patient in the front court offence. And they've converted their 6-on-5. Fraser Bickley would prefer a little bit higher percentage, but if you're getting 3 out of 5, that's pretty good. So That quarter's not too bad for Marist. It was a 1-goal quarter to Canterbury. So the tide is slowing, but certainly still no momentum for Marist.
So as the sides switch around, it's a 2-minute break in between halves, minute in between the quarters. And so we look ahead to the final of the 18 and under women's section. It's Atlantis versus North Harbour. We've already mentioned Morgan McDowell, what an extraordinary talent she is. What are Harbour going to need to do? Is it going to be about countering what Morgan can bring, or if they do that, is Morgan the kind of player who will just facilitate and find other ways to punish them? How is it going to be for Harbour if they're going to try to attack that particular game?
They had a cracking game yesterday, the two of them. It was a 1-goal game. It was 9-8. Morgan McDowell was very good, but she's well supported in that Atlantis Tridents team. There's plenty of good support. Sophie Shorter-Robinson, another quality centre forward, and good athletes all around the place. What North Harbour do have is they've got a lot of very good players. Rachel Dean, Robin Spark, Lucia Doak yesterday were outstanding. And if they can continue along that frame and maybe shut down 1 or 2 more 6-5s, then that will swing the tide. It won't take much more.
Kurt Goldsworthy, he's the high performance manager for New Zealand Water Polo, providing the expert analysis for us. He'll also do some post-match interviews too at the conclusion of this game. So game starting pretty much on the hour, and it's 4 6-minute quarters that they're playing. So if you are just joining us via Sky Sport Next, so glad that you are with us. So the 6 minutes, just a couple of minutes less than what you would see, say, if you're watching a World Championship or an Olympic Games or a senior level. And we're underway again here with a swim off in the third quarter. And Canterbury this time. No, Marist get it back. That's all 3 that they've won thus far. There's whistles aplenty from our officials.
Exclusion?
Yep. I think it was 7 that has been excluded. Get confirmation of that. Yes, here it is. Here's a good chance for Marist.
Must have been tipped by Josie Persico.
It is. So still 20 on. Now the exclusion is for 20 seconds. So it's another 6-on-5 opportunity here. That one rattles the crossbar. And Canterbury.
Yeah, there was a good lane on that side. She just didn't put it. Was not accurate enough.
Marist creating the chance. And again, it's been their execution in front of the cage that's let them down. Weston. That's Aggie Weston.
Another man-up opportunity here, drawing the exclusion at centre forward.
So they continue to work this around. Weston.
She's got great legs. Climbs high in the water.
Top bounces that one over the top from Eve Weston. And cap number 6. Went for the bounce shot, but just got a bit too much bounce on it. Over the top of the crossbar of Chelsea Oliver's cage. There's Marist. Really need a goal.
Good entry
Get
pass.
them back into. It's been the way. It's another missed opportunity here. Fighting hard, getting the ball back.
Oh, great
Done
opportunity.
well. Got to finish. Oh, that's a super save. That's a great save by Josie Persico.
Good move by Holly Roberts to the inside. Get the front water. Couldn't finish the job. Josie Persico, too big. Took up a lot of goal.
Got to convert one of these chances and quickly. There's the one they've been looking for.
Abby Kite.
Needed to bring it back to 5-2. Now Marist really need a stop and another quick reply. Let's say we saw in the previous encounter the team get out to a 4, I think it may have even been 5-goal advantage at one point. Yeah, that came down to a 1-goal game right at the very end.
These two teams have met already in this tournament. Canterbury took that 7-5.
Abundance of still coming through is Weston. Aggie Weston.
Abby Kite excluded.
So here's another 6-on-5 opportunity. Looking away. Good save
nice
at the near post. Chelsea Oliver, she's made some good saves. She's had to as well. I suspect if we looked at the stats, there'd be more shots on goal for Canterbury, significantly so than Marist. Accurate shots as well. There's the near whistle there. Holly Roberts, another exclusion. Working away right-hand side. Working around the top. Over to this left-hand side now. Oh. Ball gets turned over.
Yeah, poor pass picked off by Aggie Weston.
Now
and a
putting
good
in
counter.
front as well. This is Emma Bone. Ball in front of her. Shoots. Bounce. Another good save by Oliver. Chelsea really keeping her Marist team in this game at the moment with a couple of vital saves. Just on 3 minutes to go to the end of the third quarter. Marist do need to get a bit of a wriggle on here. Over the top, that entry at centre forward, but well defended, and Canterbury come away with it again. Lots of whistle. Back it goes. It's like a London train station on a Sunday afternoon with all the whistle that's going at the moment. Going back to the top to Weston. Zaggy, a little over the top. There's another good save.
There's a well-worked 6-5, working the short post. And a nice block. Chelsea Oliver, great job today. She will be playing in our Premier League.
I can see why.
As will Josie Persico.
Really keeping the Marist side in the game at the moment with some quality saves.
Likely to be a double exclusion here.
So when we talk about the Premier League, you say these athletes are going to be involved. Obviously, they are 18 and under. How have you gone about, I guess, focusing on who you get? Is it about high-performance squads? Is it very targeted? Are you tending more towards the younger athlete? Because I would assume now, I guess, 2020 or 2021 Olympics is off the cards. Have you already sort of shifted the focus to can we get teams to 2024?
That's the goal. That is certainly the goal. That is exactly what our women want to achieve. They want to be at the Olympics. We knew we had a chance this time round. We knew it was going to be tough. But we want to be in a position next time where we don't even have to attend the Olympic Games qualifying tournament. In terms of selection, we've also got under-20 World Championships next year, so we're making sure that we've got plenty of those athletes that we're looking at for that event in the Premier League.
But still obviously having your high-quality senior players in the mix as well.
Absolutely, but when we've got one like Morgan McDowell, who's one of our leading athletes, that we've got plenty of good quality 18 and under athletes.
So 5-2 with 2 to go, just over 2 to go in the third quarter. What does New Zealand have to do to get a team to an Olympic Games?
Well, effectively we need to win the Oceania berth.
So that would include one team from across the Tasman.
And at the moment they're ranked number 3 in the world, and deservedly so. They've got a lot of ageing athletes, so we're not sure how many they'll have back next time in another 4 years. And certainly our development program is very, very strong. So we've got a number of quality young athletes coming through.
Do you have regular contact with Australia to be able to get that measure as to how you are tracking?
Yes, we work well with Australia currently.
Currently?
Yeah, currently.
Until you beat them, then all of a sudden it may not be so friendly.
Perhaps that's the case. No, we work very well with Australia. We have a good relationship. We were trying to set up a Trans-Tasman Cup if there'd been Australian-New Zealand bubble, but unfortunately that's not going to occur.
Penalty
Good
taken.
shot.
And that there, back to 5-3 with 90 seconds to go to the third. Canterbury can keep, Marist can keep Canterbury scoreless for this next possession and maybe give themselves a shot.
5-3 is good for them when they were down 5-1.
They're slowly working their way back. Now you just see Canterbury now just having to deal with a little bit more pressure. There's Emma McClure. Go back to Mills. Sort of dump pass over the top. Working hard. That was Reed. There's Reed.
Good block.
That's another good save. What's that? 4 just in this quarter alone, and a nice outlet pass as
good
well.
Counter.
It's Birch.
Unfortunately, couldn't get the ball across.
There you go, 30 seconds. And that shot clock coming back across to the middle. It's Poynton. Sian reaching high, couldn't quite drag it in. Yeah, another exclusion.
Yeah, good opportunity here.
6 on 5 for Marist, 2 goals down. And they bring it back to 1. That would represent a very good third quarter. Shot, that's a cracker. We've got a 1-goal game with just 60 seconds to go to the break. This is good stuff. Lionel Randall will be well chuffed with what these young ladies are doing. Good courage being shown as well. 64 seconds to go as the clock stops. There's Abby Kite. As the clock's adjusted, so pretty much 60 seconds, so 2 possessions if they use the entire 30.
Oh.
This is a really key stop needed here by Marist. Canterbury just need to get a bit of momentum back into their game. Big long shot. Here's another good block. Looking for the outlet. Here's a great chance. Super stuff.
Holly Roberts read the transition well. Won that battle. May have overcommitted to Aggie Weston and let Aggie take that shot. Knowing Chelsea Oliver was strong at the back at the moment.
All tied up with 39 seconds to go in this third quarter. This is an excellent comeback from Marist.
Oh, she's in good position there.
Canterbury with the ball. It's McClure on that left-hand side. Weston.
Another exclusion.
Aggie Weston. They finally snuck one past Oliver on that inside post. Very disappointed with herself. So 25 seconds left. Remember, a shot clock runs at 30. Just a 2-second differential there. The big sigh from our referee, one of our referees, Jim Flerschinger. Here he is. Waiting to get this back underway. It's coming to you. 6-5 Canterbury with the advantage over Marist. It's leading 5-1 at one stage. Marist. Just the 15 seconds to work in. That's the shot clock in the top right-hand corner of your screen.
Offensive foul.
And the ball's been turned over, so Canterbury.
They'll get the last chance this quarter.
With the options. Bit of movement off the ball. Here's a great ball in. I think that's Reed.
Good
over
move.
the top. Into the third quarter. 6-5. Remembering, though, it was Canterbury with the advantage 5-1. So that's an excellent quarter by Marist. What did they do better in that particular stanza?
They started with their defence, was much stronger. Aggie Weston had less time, Eve Weston less time. They shut down the centre forward, minimised the 6-on-5 opportunities. Chelsea Oliver gave them some momentum from the back, some inspiration. The athletes in front followed, and then delivered.
You see Chelsea there on the left side of your screen with the ball in hand. And she played a major role, even though she conceded that one late in the third quarter. And you could see the frustration on her face as well, because having made such good saves to that point, to have one sneaking on the inside post. Goalkeeper in any sport, whether it's a water polo keeper, whether you're a hockey keeper, a football keeper, if you get beat on your inside post, you feel a bit stink about yourself.
Oh, you do indeed. But in saying that, in our game, that post on a man down should be defended by a field player. So it snuck past a field player first before it snuck past Chelsea.
You see now Lionel Randall a little bit more expressive. There you see James Catlin, our referee, or one of our referees. So a referee, national squad member, and he will also be coaching in, I think it's the third, at the bronze medal game. He's got one of the bronze medal games he coaches Harbour.
He's an assistant coach.
There we are.
He coached the North Harbour under-16 boys last weekend at our first tournament out of COVID to victory. James is really putting back into the sport.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. It must be so nice when you've got someone who not only is a good player, because it'd be very easy to be quite selfish and worry about, you know, that side of things first as we get our final swim-off of this game. It'd be very easy to worry about that, yet here he is giving back in so many different ways, as a coach, as a referee. That's the first time Canterbury's been able to win the swim-off of this contest. Previous three had all been claimed by Marist.
Good play at centre forward. Georgia Reid, another exclusion.
They work away to the right-hand side through Burrows. Going back to the top to Southcombe, who's come on. She's in cap number 11.
Ball slipped out of Aggie Weston's hand there.
This is the point. You're in the fourth quarter, your final game. You've been playing over the course of 3 days, and we talk about the fitness levels. This is what you've been training for, but in some cases the limited training, particularly for those teams based out of Auckland. This here is where the stress is really going to be put on you, not only physically, but also there'll be that mental tiredness as well. Of course, at the end of it, an opportunity to stand on the dais in the bronze medal position.
Stoppage because the shot clock got reset, and they've corrected it down to 10 seconds.
So that's James Catlin in front of you with his back to the screen. Over the far side is Jim Flershinger. He's the referee on the far side. And Canterbury get that ball with the goal advantage at the moment. An excellent third quarter. Another good save on that near post by Oliver, who's been very good in this encounter. Get that one down the right-hand side. Across and going to get that, trying to work through. That's Poynton.
That's a good move. Work to the inside, got Eve Weston kicked out.
So here we go, 6 on 5. Go back across, back to the top to Birch. Across now to Kite. Now they swing back. Oh, there was a good opportunity.
Good field block by Georgia Reid, taking that near side away, which is what I was talking about before.
That's what you were referring to before. There we go. So now Canterbury back to a full allotment. There's Eve Weston. The Weston sisters have been prominent. Good position there at centre forward. Come away to this right-hand side. It's a shot by Burrows. Saved nicely by Oliver. As you heard Kurt Goldsworthy say, both Chelsea and Josie, the respective goalkeepers for these two sides, will be involved in that Premier League, which will be coming up in November, and you will see coverage of that via Sky Sport Next.
Oh, good move,
There's a
Holly
cracking
Roberts.
Opportunity.
Penalty. Excellent work by Holly Roberts. Spun to the goal. Defender on her back, pulling her down as she wanted to shoot the ball.
So for those who aren't familiar, how much strength does it take to be able to make that kind of move in that position under that kind of duress?
Oh, firstly, you need really strong legs to be able to carry that defender with you. You need physically to be strong to move that player to your left, as Holly just did. And then you want to get the shot off.
And they do.
Another goal to Abby Kite.
So we are all tied up, just on 3:46 to play. Remembering Marist at one point were down 5-1. This is a great comeback by the team in blue. Now Canterbury just need to make sure. Oh,
offensive foul. Oh, and a steal. Straight back.
That's
well done.
Great play, Tamsin Mills. Oh, and here's a great outlet pass as well. Plenty of whistle.
Exclusion.
Go back across, trying to catch.
And now Oh, no.
Is that a double? No, it's
No.
not. Going to Mills at the top. Here's Weston. Looking back across. Goes to McClure. Oh, that's a good save again. Left-hand side this time by Oliver. I think McClure probably didn't get the power in that shot that she would have liked, but still had to make quite a bit of ground to her left, did the goalkeeper for Marist.
Emma's still developing, under-16 player. Very dominant. She played very well for Canterbury at the under-16 Nationals. Great shot, Eve Weston.
Well, there's that bounce shot that you spoke about earlier being so hard for even the top goalkeepers to stop.
Yeah, the ball could bounce up, it could slide, it could do lots of different things on the water.
So Canterbury back in front, just over 3 to play. We do have to point out, 18 and under doesn't necessarily mean that these athletes are just solely around these 17 or 18 years of age, depending on their date of birth. But just highlighting the depth of talent coming through in New Zealand water polo. We'll get another indication of that very shortly when we see our first men's game of our coverage today. And Canterbury working their way back, playing from left to right as you see it on their screen. There's Aggie Weston, who's been very good, along with their sister Eve. Just flicking that ball over the top.
Great pass to Georgia Reid. It's a penalty.
Well, this here with 2.5 to go, or 2:36 to go, we're under 2 goals. A decisive break, although, as I said, we have seen Marist come back from 5, but they did that over a bit more of a length of time.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be Weston and Oliver. Nice penalty. 8-6. 2:36 to play. Home side with the advantage. This is the bronze medal match at the New Zealand under 18 and under national championships.
Time out by Lionel Randall.
The coach of Marist just wanting to have a wee chin wag. He squats down poolside and calls his ladies over.
Yeah, they'll be looking for a goal in the next 2 possessions to give themselves a chance.
So as a coach, do you have, I guess, like a hurry up sort of a play in mind, something to score quickly, or do you still go, look, it's just on 2.5 minutes. It's still plenty of 30-second possessions. Take our time, utilise it. How do you approach that side of things?
Well, it depends on your philosophy and your empowerment of the athletes as well. If you were coaching at senior level, you'd let the athletes make those decisions because they should be. Here, he'd probably just be reiterating, look, when we get our chance, we have to take it, so don't be scared of that. And we can work for that exclusion and then get a higher percentage chance regardless anyway. So there is still time. As I said, they'll want a goal in the next 2 possessions. That's the next 1.5 minutes. And that will give them one more chance, at least.
Yeah, going for a long shot.
They went for the early shot.
They went quick.
That'll give them one more possession later on. And now they're setting a seagull. They haven't brought everybody back to defence.
So that's just working the shot clock. So just holding that one player back.
Oh, nice move.
Here's Oliver, lobbed over the top. That's a lovely finish.
Aggie Weston. Good inside move, then a nice finish on the lob.
Just over 2 to play, and you just wonder whether that one there is the goal that could just finish Marist off.
Tough ask here.
That was a very heady finish. Zaloba, a goalkeeper who's played very well in this particular encounter. Comes Jess Kite. Down. And from that right-hand side. There's Abby. Gets the ball back over the top to Holly Roberts.
Offensive foul.
And so, minute 51 to go. Time now very much the enemy of Marist. Canterbury with the ability to control. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. That's Burrows going into the middle, and the ball has been claimed by Marist, who do just need to go a little bit more up-tempo now. Rob Oliver, eyes up, looking. That's eaten up quite a bit of time.
Has indeed. 17
We're
seconds.
down to 11 seconds on the shot clock. She's just going to have to throw that one up. Finds Abby Kite.
Oh, good drive.
Shot clock counting down though in the background.
Hang on.
Just trying to see what the call was there.
No, it's an offensive foul, I think. And now the ball's being turned over to Canterbury, and Fraser Bickley uses his last timeout.
So our next match in the pool is going to be the bronze medal match in the men's. It's going to be North Harbour Maroon versus Marist Red again. I say one of the men doing the refereeing is going to have to get changed out of his referee attire, slip on the North Harbour coaching shirt. And here's clock having stopped. And we're underway. Josie Persico. As you say, some of these names, just remember them, and when you tune in November for that Premier League, there'll be a few of these young ladies who you'll be seeing in action once again. Here comes Canterbury. That's Thames and Mills.
With the exclusion. They should use the time.
6 on 5 again.
They don't need an early shot.
Weston going over to the right-hand side. It's Billy Rose Dunlop who's on in cap number 8. Go back. Just eating up time. Canterbury know they've got this one in the bag now. Very shortly, Kurt will leave our commentary area, head poolside, get a interview to conclude. As we've got 20 seconds to go. Marist trying to get a late goal, lobbing over the top, but no. Well, they staged a great comeback, did Marist, but in the end, Canterbury has held their composure, and they will win bronze at the National 18 and Under National Championships. Long throw by Oliver. Game comes to an end. And the home crowd love that one, and rightfully so. Canterbury claim bronze in the Women's 18 and Under National Championship in Christchurch. That will mean a lot to that particular group to be able to win in front of friends and family and a good crowd at the Jellicoe Park Recreation and Sports Centre here in Burnside, Christchurch. Dave, the manager's chuffed. Rightfully so too.
Yeah, quality game. Good game. Some excellent goalkeeping. Great work by Aggie and Eve Weston in particular, and Georgia Reid for the Canterbury side. Abby Kite worked very hard, as did Holly Roberts. And just not quite enough, with a great little mini comeback in that third quarter to get themselves back in the game.
Yeah, Marist definitely gave themselves a chance, but in the end, Canterbury just that little bit too good. Kurt's just going to leave us right now, and he's going to head away, and very shortly, hopefully, we will have some post-match reaction from Canterbury. It's a super performance, though, by the home side. Good effort by Marist. They will be disappointed as the handshakes take place. Next match that we're going to see will be the bronze medal match in the men's, as we prepare to get some reaction with Kurt Goldsworthy. And he's just setting up poolside for us as the teams just work their way through and the men will be competing. Let's actually head over right now to Kurt's Goldsworthy.
Right, we've got Eve Weston here. Great game today. What do you think was the difference?
It was our defence. We worked really hard, we pressed, and we really grinded that defence so then we could go and score. So credit to the girls, they did amazing.
What do you think about this home pool advantage?
Oh, it's amazing because we're always in Auckland and now they've all come here, and the crowd, our families, it's made a difference. We've loved it.
Moving forward, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, so Premier League, we've got 3 girls in our team that are in it, and so it'll be a good challenge with all the big girls, and yeah, we'll be building for that, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Eve. Well done on your victory.
There you go. So that's the Canterbury viewpoint after a bronze medal victory in the women's bronze medal match. Still to come, the gold medal game. That's between Atlanta City and North Harbour. And we are already preparing for our next game. So we're 5 minutes out from that one. So we'll just stay with it for the moment. No, we're going to take a short break. We will take a short break here, and we'll be back shortly on Sky Sport Next. The next game you will see, it's the bronze medal match in the men's 18 and under national championships. It's North Harbour Maroon versus Marist Red. Just tell me how long you need, and then we'll go from there.